Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Chatter. First we got to thank God for everything. All glory and praise goes to Him. So, with that being said, hey, we're back. I know we've been gone for a few days, but she's been real busy.
It hasn't been the Daily Chatter, and I want to apologize for that because I'm sorry. I've been really busy on my other channel. And speaking of my other channel, if you're a member of Bag O' Day, this isn't it, okay? We don't talk about yarn and crochet here unless it just accidentally comes up. This isn't it. You want my Bag O' Day channel. That's where we talk about yarn and crochet, and you'll find the crochet tutorials, all right?
I want to talk about something serious though. My wife is a hooker. She's a hooker. And I'm not saying that to insult you, babe.
Well,
but you're one of the best hookers out there.
I mean, I know you guys are all thinking that he means crochet hooker, which I am. But, I mean...
Who knows what they're thinking? All I know is in one day, she worked her way around 4 different corners. I mean, she was working on a blanket. But what if? Right? What if? Crochet is a shady business, as you can see. Look at this. Shady. Super shady.
I didn't make that, and I don't have a video for that.
She has 9mm laying around the house everywhere. 9mm.
I do.
I watched the movie Malibu's Most Wanted, and it clicked in my head. I-9 is a street gang, and she's a member. She has I-9s. I didn't realize that. She's representing all the time. She's throwing it up all the time.
An N is a 9.
I thought an I was a 9.
An I is a 5.5.
Oh my gosh.
You just threw off that. You just ruined.
I just ruined the whole
thing. From the
thing.
whole beginning, man. You ruined that.
No.
I want to apologize for that horrible, whatever
routine,
that was.
That crochet comedy.
That you called that comedy.
I-9. I guess that was wrong, huh?
It's I 5.5, and I don't call what you just did. That's
Comedy.
not my kind of comedy.
Oh no, because I'm dissing crochet.
I don't like it to be dissed. It doesn't deserve it.
It doesn't deserve it.
Sometimes I diss it myself.
You're dissing it. I hear you in there dissing it.
It's okay if I do it. Because it knows that I really love it. I'm just angry. You probably don't. You hate it to its core.
I don't hate it.
You hate it.
I hate being tangled in the web you weave. I hate walking away and I can't get away because there's yarn wrapped around my foot.
So does Fred.
I hate trying to roll my office chair away and I can't get away because there's yarn wrapped around the wheel. It's like this big octopus or no, it's like Spider-Man lives in there. You go in and you get stuck. You may not make your way out.
I'm a messy person.
Fred comes out.
Fred's bad about it.
Strings it
He
through the
came out
house.
today and he had a ball of ice yarns Picasso.
Stuck to his
I
foot.
don't even know how he got it. It's put. I actually cleaned that room out a couple days ago, believe it or not. And he must have pulled it out of my stitch tutorial bin.
He must have.
He went neatly, and then I guess
Is that what he does? Do that again?
No, and then I
Come
guess he
on, that
just
was cool.
dropped it, and I don't know what he did with it, but
He dropped it like it was hot.
dropped it like it's hot. Yeah, he did. Super hot.
I can't believe I didn't know that it wasn't an I-9. This whole time I've been
I
thinking it's an
know.
I-9, you know.
I know. I never corrected you one time, and I always knew you were wrong.
I've said that, yeah. See,
I know.
Why didn't you correct me? You just want me to go around.
I wanted to wait for this moment right
Ignorant.
here. It's bliss.
It's not bliss.
It's bliss when it's funny, for me.
It's funny for you to
And
know.
the ignorance is on you.
And I'm just being ignorant, and you know it, and nobody else does.
It's blissful for me.
Or I don't know it. I guess everybody else does.
Hey, I was waiting for a moment like this where you told the joke to people who would understand it.
Oh no.
And
Oh
then-
no, I forgot about that too. Everybody is going to understand it and
Well, the
realize
people that
what a crochet fool
that crochet,
I am.
yeah, they're gonna know.
I'm such a crochet fool.
Hey, you're a crochet fool.
Only for
who
you,
ripped
babe.
his pants.
Who
That's
ripped my
SpongeBob,
pants?
right?
Mm-hmm. You reference SpongeBob a lot.
I like
I feel
SpongeBob.
like you admire SpongeBob.
Hey,
He's the coolest though.
I like SpongeBob a lot.
You like him more than a friend?
No, what? You're a weirdo.
You said you like him a lot. Would you write him a letter that says, "Do you like me too? Yes or no?" Circle 1.
You know where we went today?
Ooh, yeah.
So I was over at my we were over at my mom and dad's, I don't know, a few days ago. And I was, we were trimming a,
You were doing
I
all
say,
the work.
hey,
I was standing there talking to your dad.
I'm going to just stop it right there. I'll come back to this conversation in a second. Now, sometimes people say stuff about this, but just know, I always do this, and I don't just do it to him. I do it to everybody.
She's a big
I
fan.
say,
She's a jerk.
my house,
Jerk.
my kids,
Jerk.
my car,
Jerk.
my dogs,
Jerk.
mine.
Jerk.
And it's not just him. I'll go to my brother and I'll be like, hey, you see my dad? Where's my dad? I will, just like that. My sister, hey, where's my mom? Mine. It's not theirs. It's not yours.
So you
It's
sound
mine.
like those birds off of Finding Nemo.
No, it's just always, that's just the way I talk. It doesn't mean that this isn't our house and it isn't our kids and we didn't both go to my mom's. I just,
Oh no, they're your kids.
when they're good.
That's what I was gonna say. My kids, when they're good, they're yours when they're good.
But that, I don't mean anything bad by that. That's just how I talk. I even say it to my mom and dad, and I'll call, I don't know.
You'd be like, "Hey, mom, where's my dad?"
Yeah, I do.
Not just where's dad.
It's kind of
Where's my dad?
weird. Do you know when I go to my mom and dad's that I ask them if I can use their restroom? How weird is that? And every time my mom's like, why do you ask that? This is your house too. Because I lived there my whole life. I'm like, I don't know. And do you know when I go to his mom and dad's house?
She
I
doesn't
don't
ask.
ask. Because I feel different at my mom's than I
You feel
do
less comfortable there?
at your mom. I feel different around my mom than I do your mom. How about that?
Your mom's stricter?
I think, like, when I go to your house and his mom, his name is Helen. I think, like, if we go there and I just don't, when we're sitting at the table, your mom, dad's there, I don't feel like I need to ask them, can I use your bathroom? I just feel comfortable enough. Hey, even though I don't hardly even go there, they're just the kind of people that they have that personality of,
Like that southern charm. Or southern hospitality.
they're
I
just
mean.
like, which is awesome. I mean, I will
They're
get
like,
up.
we don't count the squares on the
I
toilet
will
paper
get
rolls.
up
It's cool.
and like if we eat there, I won't feel nervous about making a plate or something.
But you feel that way to your mom and dad's?
But
I don't feel that way.
when I go to when I go to, I think it's because my mom, when I grew up, my mom was extremely
Neat.
Like nothing could be out of place to you guys. I mean, that's the way it was. Me and my mom was just talking about that the other day. Like when she would always make me hang out clothes on the clothesline, and it had to be done. Biggest towel to medium-sized towel to wash rag. And if it wasn't done, and that where it just went in line, and like you would clip the first end of the big towel and then you would start a new one, the two ones would have to start together. And if it wasn't done, I'm not lying when I say this, the spaces between the clothespins weren't the same. She would go out there and take them all down and make you redo it again. If you hung a big towel next to a wash rag and then a big towel, she would make you redo it again.
Make you
There
redo it?
Make me redo it, yeah.
Did
And
she make anybody else redo it? Your sister or anybody?
Well, my sister, she's 7 years older than me, so she moved out when she was maybe 17, because she had my niece Brianna when she was 18. She got married when she was 18. She ain't married anymore, but my sister was the black sheep. And then my other brother, who's 4 years older than me, He didn't have to do anything.
What
He's
were you
my
then?
mom's favorite.
Were you the little lamb?
He still is my mom's favorite. Huh?
If she's the black sheep, what were you, like the little lamb?
What do you mean?
Whose fleece was white as snow?
Me? No, I was
Yeah.
just normal. I mean, my sister was the one always getting in trouble and stuff. I told you I was good. I didn't get in trouble and stuff like that. And I did what my mom said. And she said she was intimidating. That's what it was. I want to put it that way. She was super intimidating my whole life growing up. And now that's why when I go over there, I'll be like, Mom, can I use your bathroom? And she's always like, why you ask that? I'm like, I don't know. I never really, I think it's because she was so intimidating when I was growing up, because she was extremely strict. Vacuum the floors, like it couldn't have vacuum marks on it. You got to go back through it and make sure there weren't no marks on the rug. It was just hardcore. And
what about whenever you clean the couch off? Like, did you guys have that?
you weren't allowed to lay on the couch.
Oh.
You had to sit on the couch upright. If you laid on it, she would say, get off my couch. That's where I got the my from. Get off my couch like that. You just sit on it right and go lower. If you're tired, go lay in your bed. It was hard. It was just, my dad wasn't like that. My dad wasn't like that at all. He was like, he didn't care. Now, if I go to my mom and dad's, yeah. And like if my mom's in the bedroom and it's just my dad in the kitchen, I won't say, Dad, can I use the bathroom? I'll just go to the bathroom. Yeah, it's my mom. What were we talking about before I said when we were going to go back to? Oh, where we went today. Okay, so we were at my mom and dad's the other day, right? Mm-hmm. You're not even talking. I'm just talking.
Go ahead. I was listening.
We were at my...
I feel like I'm part of the audience.
Oh. You can talk about this because you were there. We were at my mom and dad's the other day because my mom asked if we come over and help trim up their landscaping for the fall, because he used to do that. So I went over there and he did the edge trimming, and I used the loppers and whatnot and trimmed up some of her Japanese maples. She don't like them on. She likes them way up off the ground. So, anyways, my dad was out there talking to us while we were doing it, and he was, I don't know what happened, but we were talking about something came up, and he said he missed drinking raw milk. Is that what it is?
Yeah, raw milk.
Unpasteurized raw milk. He said that's what they drank when he was a kid. He loved it so much, and he wished that he could get it again. I go, consider it done, Daddy. I'm going to get you some. So, came here, and then the next day, he said he saw, coming home from Walmart or something, saw a sign on the side of the road, and it said raw milk and yogurt. And I go, well, I'm not giving my dad any raw milk from some, like, place off the side of the road. I mean, that stuff I think has to be certified if it's unpasteurized. Anyways, so I looked it up. I'm like, raw milk sold near me. And this place popped up. And it said it had 312 acres of USDA certified organic farmland. All their cows are grass fed and everything. And it was just... It was what you were talking about.
Yeah.
He said, tell him what the
It was
sign.
just a little paper sign that said yogurt and raw milk, written in marker.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was
a big farm.
It was a big farm, legit place. Had like real good cows. You could pet them, and they were nice. And we went there today, and
I've never met a mean cow. Maybe bulls. But
I'm gonna go back to that, but anyways, we went there today. Got my daddy some raw milk. And he wanted 2 gallons. I can't drink milk, but that man convinced me, because I'm lactose intolerant, that I would be able to drink that milk. He went on about proteins in the milk today is why people are, I don't know. Anyways, and we got yogurt.
Kefir.
Yeah. Kefir. He likes kefir stuff.
It's fermented.
Fermented and whatnot, and they were out of eggs. Their
Yeah,
eggs
hamburger.
were cheaper than Walmart's eggs, and their hamburger was cheaper than a pound of hamburger at
$6.50
Walmart.
a pound.
For grass-fed.
100% organic.
Grass-fed, yeah. Certified.
Roasts
Walmart's
were
is-
$8 a pound, but
Yeah, we got some chuck roast. Still Walmart.
they make it about a half a pound. They don't charge you for about a half a pound of it, it seems like, because he just rounds it down to the nearest pound.
Anyways, it was just the highlight of my day to take that to my dad, and I gave it to him, and
See him
I
drink
said,
it.
Dad,
Drink a
Dad,
glass of it.
go try it out. Tell me it's any good. To see him take a glass and the smile on his face. He knocked him right back to childhood, I could tell. I go, is it good? He goes, ask if
With a milk
And I
mustache
said-
on his face and everything.
I said, because my dad loves milk. I remember when I was little sitting at the table, and I sat across from my dad. We each had a spot we had to sit at. I just get the table. My mom had head table. My mom did.
Mhm.
My dad was over here, and I was across from him. He drank milk. Big glass. That's all he drank. Still does.
I love
It's
milk.
maybe that's where Evelyn gets it from, because that's awesome. Evelyn. That's all Evelyn ever wants to drink is milk or soda.
I like milk.
I can't drink it.
I know you can't drink it. It doesn't like you.
I don't think it tastes good either.
It depends. Some milk tastes better than others.
Now, I mean, I drank when I was young. My mom was like super strict in the ways that I told you, but she didn't care about like
Soda and stuff.
what I ate or where I went. So like, I just drank soda all the time. That's what she drank too, all the time. She still drinks it. I can't drink soda anymore. That makes my stomach hurt thinking about drinking anything carbonated right now. But yeah, and she didn't care about like where I went. I'd be like 8 years old, and she never asked where I was. Even when I came home, I don't even think she knew I was gone.
No, I was running around whenever I was little too.
Yeah, that's the way it was back then with us.
My mom was.
Us Gen Xers. We're Gen Xers.
My mom was young. I ran
Oh,
around Effingham. I learned to ride a bike when I was 5, and I was gone.
His mom was, yeah, we already told her 15, and when she had him, and she's a nurse now, went to school.
I was
college
usually
and
getting whipped with the fly swatter on the way home by my grandma or somebody. She would find me. She would drive around until she find me, and she'd pull up in a Lincoln Continental,
everything. You got that old school grandma and grandpa?
jump out with a belt or a fly swatter. I preferred the fly swatter.
My grandma and grandpa, neither. Well,
My grandpa never spanked me, but my grandma, she would.
One of my grandmas passed away when I was like 4, so I don't remember her. But no,
My grandma would
my
cuss
grandma
at me in
would
German.
not ever touch me. They were super cool.
She would cuss at me in German.
In German,
Spank me with the fly swatter.
you probably deserved it.
I did. I remember when I was little. I was 2 actually, and people would ask me how old I was, and I would say, Eric 2.5.
That,
I'd say my name and 2.5.
I'm gonna start calling you that.
Eric 2.5.
No, Eric 45. Ah, that sounds so much better.
Hey, it does sound better. Right?
Halfway to 90.
Ain't I 46?
You gotta be.
See, I don't even care.
I know you don't.
I'd rather not know. I think I told you this.
I mean, I guess if we didn't have no, I probably would prefer not to know either. Maybe I wouldn't feel like I was older than I am, and maybe I wouldn't look older than I am because I wouldn't know how old I was.
Well, if you think about being old and you think, oh, I'm 45 years old.
I
I'm
know.
old. Look at how old I'm getting. And then all of a sudden you have these networks in your mind that manifest themselves in your body.
Well, you know how, I mean, not everybody, I guess. Some people don't think they're old at their age, and some people do. I'm one of the people that think I look old and I feel old. He doesn't. He feels young.
Do I look young? You said I feel young. You left out the look
I
young.
think in my mind I have kind of childlike mentality, but my body feels old.
I'd say immature.
Maybe.
If that's what you mean by child.
That's not really what I meant, but yeah, sometimes maybe.
Just
I mean,
smidge.
I got that, being that way from my brother. He's that way too. The one who's 4 years older than me. When I talk about my brothers, I have another brother who's 10 years older than me. I only see him like once a year. But my brother who's 4 years older than me, his name is Benjamin. I just call him Ben. But he lives in the same town as us, like opposite directions though. Country, rural areas. So, he's the one that was like, me and him were he was mean to me.
The one you talked about in the other video?
What?
The brother you were talking about in the other video that was picking on you? Didn't we talk about this?
Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Hmm.
That the way I get back at him now is hyping up his kids with.
He's real nice.
Oh yeah, I didn't say he wasn't. He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't. But that's how brothers are to their little sisters, I guess. My older brother wasn't that way, but I mean, that's what my mom told me when I would tell her, well, you know.
Evelyn's brothers aren't that way.
She said, "That's how brothers are to their little sisters."
Which brother's like that to Evelyn?
Really?
Which one of our?
None of them.
None.
I don't.
They get along really well. Our kids don't ever even fight or anything.
I mean, I don't know.
It's true.
They do get along really good.
I've never even heard them really. Maybe Evelyn and Eli just a little bit over a remote or something stupid, you know, but not like really like yelling at each other or anything. Never. Knock on wood.
They do. That's fake wood. You better knock on the wall. There.
Oh yeah.
I always do that. I'm like, knock on wood. I'm like, oh, this is fake Walmart wood.
I don't believe in superstitions.
I do on certain things. The salt one, I will throw salt over my left shoulder. Black cat crossing my path. Don't like that.
Be the salt of the earth.
I wouldn't walk under a ladder.
Black cat's the same as any
I don't
cat.
think a broken mirror is bad luck. I'm not one of those.
Why? Because you've broken some?
Many. When I look at it, when they sees me, it is crack. Like, oh my God, what the heck is that? Get that. Girl, some wrinkle cream.
I thought you just wouldn't have a reflection.
You got jokes, huh? They're not that funny tonight, Eric.
I know I'm off my game.
You are off.
Took too long of a vacay.
We're gonna try to keep putting them out on the daily if we can. But I got some obligations on my other channel that I could fulfill, crochet wise, you know, before the end of the year.
Contractual obligations?
Contractual obligations. And I'm still trying to put on a certain number of tutorials for the end of the year, so I've been pretty busy. But I still should have time to sit down for 20-30 minutes to talk to you guys. And you know how Eric likes to, you guys hear him like make music and his rhymes and whatnot. He's writing crochet stories. Did you know he could write stories too? You writing some crochet stories?
Yeah.
He is.
I've got a few.
He got a few. He's gonna make a book.
Yeah, a crochet. Probably 10 stories.
A book of 10 crochet stories.
And then probably a book of the philosophical things
Ooh.
that I talk about.
I don't know.
They're actually
I don't know if I'll buy
biblical
that
things.
one, but I'll probably I'll probably listen to your other ones. No, I'll listen to them all. Of course I will.
Yeah.
I'll probably pay more attention to the other ones.
You're going to buy the book and not read it.
I'm not even buying it. You're going to read them.
You got to buy it.
I'll buy it and won't read
I'll
it.
sign it for you. No, I'm just kidding.
You'll sign it for me?
I almost have the philosophical one done.
You do? I'll let you read them to me. I'll listen to both of them. Why wouldn't I? I'm supportive.
I know. Sure.
Sure.
You're like a bra.
I'm
Or a jock strap.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
She's supportive.
You just said I'm immature. That was like a 12-year-old.
When you said
joke.
supportive, that's just what I thought of.
That was like a 12-year-old joke, man.
You said that I feel young.
Even Eli wouldn't even said that.
Because he don't know anything about that stuff.
He's innocent. Our children have a certain amount of innocence to them because they were or are still homeschooled, and
They haven't been influenced by
well,
the same things I was influenced by.
Liv has a job and whatnot, so I mean, she's
Yeah, she runs around with this girl.
She runs around with friends and whatnot, but
yeah, so they're pretty well behaved kids.
you want to do the quote of the day?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What'd you say? Oh, it's the great Fred Rogers.
Peace means far more than the opposite of war.
Fred Rogers.
What do you feel about it?
No, I know exactly what he meant by that.
What is it? What does it mean?
Peace means far more than the opposite of war. He means Mr. Rogers. I know Mr. Rogers. I watched him so much that you need to find inner peace before you could do anything else. Peace in your mind is what you have to have. And then there will be no need for war if everybody found their inner peace.
Well, doesn't the inner peace come whenever we defeat our inner demons? The war that we're having within that makes our...
I think even when you have peace and find peace, you still keep your inner demons. They're always there. They don't leave. Some people can just keep them contained better than others.
Maybe.
So I do believe if you are a peaceful person, you still have your demons. You just know how to hide them. But they do come out sometimes when people get angry. Some people's aren't as bad as others, but everybody has them. You get mad. You get mad, don't you?
Yeah, I've gotten mad before.
There you go. You got mad before. Like one time in his life.
Just once.
That's it. It's only human nature to get mad.
You don't have to get mad.
Well, when I say inner demons, I don't mean like real like bad stuff. Of course, some people have really bad ones, but I mean.
Well, anything that brings you to a point of anxiety, depression, you know what those things lead to and what they can lead to. Those are bad places to be, even though they may not seem like as bad as like, you know, when you think of a demon, like horrible things, you know, that could be done to other people, but within yourself, you know, that's literally killing you when you have those types of stress. And
Well,
it takes a physical toll on you.
let us know what you guys think Mr. Rogers meant by that. I don't know. I know he's a good man, though.
He's a good neighbor. He's
I
like State
remember when
Farm.
he said, "Won't you be my neighbor?" I always said, "I wish you were my neighbor, Mr. Rogers." Sorry about the dogs. Oh no, Yipers is at it. Georgie!
Tell him, George. He's telling him to be quiet.
Here, we're gonna let them dogs out just 1 second. Alright,
Doug's out there on the or the deck with the bone, and the other dogs see him out the door, so they're barking at him.
oh,
I let him out, but Doug grabbed the bone, and they all like ran from Doug, so they ran back in the door.
they ran from Doug.
They ran back in the door.
No one runs from
Doug's
Doug.
intimidating.
Doug is not intimidating any other dog.
He grabbed the bone and pranced right over to him and scared him. Scared him half to death. They ran right in the house.
Out of all the dogs, Doug
Tails
does
between
not
their legs.
scare any of the other dogs. I guess. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
He's not. Even when he tries, he can't.
Even George has
Control over
superiority over Doug.
Doug's,
Yeah.
Doug's just a peaceful man. Like I said, like
He's
prefers
fragile.
being around us than he does the other dogs.
You can see why they bully him, especially
Yeah.
George.
George does.
George might seem like a little sweetheart, but
Fred bullies George.
Doug's heart is broken.
Doug's heart is not broken. Sometimes the dogs will be in here all wrestling around, acting a fool, you know, and Doug will just be sitting on the bed looking at him like this.
Like you fool.
Like he's disgusted. Like, I can't believe them dogs are doing that. I'm glad I'm
Can't believe
not
you
a
brought these
dog.
guys home.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm just not a dog acting like that. Like
Laying
he's
up on the
better.
bed with the remote, watching Dexter.
Yep, that's my Dougie. My Dougie. Do you have anything else you want to say before we go? We've been gone for so long, but yet still we don't have nothing to talk about because I just been doing crochet stuff. That's it. That's my life. Do you have any stories you want to tell?
Stories I want
Is
to
there
tell?
anything that you want to... Stories you want to tell? Anything you want to talk about?
Anything I want to talk about. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we're already
Talk about it.
28 minutes into the video, I think.
Oh. Yeah. You can talk about it on tomorrow's episode if we're on.
Sure.
You can talk about it now if you want.
Can I?
What, there's George at the door. You hear him scratching?
I put a scratch and sniff sticker on the door.
Stop it. You did not.
Yeah, he's
You're out of
scratching.
camera.
He's
I don't
scratching
feel
and
like
sniffing.
You were very into this video today. Are you
It's
tired?
kind of late. I'm a little
Oh,
tired.
he goes to bed really early.
I get up early.
He gets up really early. Well, no,
I've been up
I'm
for a
not
long
like
time
this.
right now, and she's not been up for very long, so.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, we're sleeping. We do opposite, like day and night. We're
Our
opposite.
first shift before the sun comes up.
Yeah, I'm night shift, going to bed after the sun comes up. So, I don't know. We're different.
You're just sometimes going to bed, or not going to bed, and then after the sun goes down, still up.
Man, I stayed up for, it was like 49 hours the other day.
Like for no reason.
I can't, I can't stop sleeping, man. I can't help it.
I know.
I get a lot of stuff done, though. I think it's because I just, like I said,
You got insomnia.
I know I have insomnia, but when I'm in here by myself when everybody's sleeping, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm in here in silence. And my silence is not silence. It's louder than
What do you mean?
I told you. All I hear is everything in my head that I have to do, hounding me to do it. And it never stops. It's deafening. My silence is deafening.
So you had a restless mind?
You don't know that? What do you think? I'm just nonstop, so driven on the go. My mind doesn't let me stop. And when I'm in here in silence, I said, like, silence. It's deafening inside my head.
That's the river overtaking the land.
Well, you did say I was the river, and you were the land.
I mean, in you, though, the metaphor, your stream of thought, overtaking your
I can't-
physical self because it's draining you.
You know what? I can't control it. I don't know how. I try to, it's just telling me I have 157,000 track mind. It's always going 100 different directions. Tell them I got 100 different things to do, and I'll do them, but then I don't know how 100 more ends up on there. It's a never-ending cycle. It's vicious.
So if your stream of thought is just initially one river, and then all these 157,000 little creeks and streams that come off of it,
It's
each
true.
one of them
Yeah.
weaken your flow.
My river's
Each one.
yeah, and eventually it drains out, and then I crash on the bed.
If you calm down and
I can't.
take your time to collect your thoughts, then they can all converge back to your stream of thought and give you back all your potential.
I'm not a sitting around type of person, babe. I told
You
you
don't have
that.
to sit around.
I
I'm
don't
talking
hands,
inside
man.
you.
Get in trouble.
Calm down. Listen to
Gotta keep 'em
listen to
busy.
some meditation. Listen.
I listen to a
Read the Bible.
I listen to positive affirmations.
That's good.
I
What
try
kind?
to.
What kind? Like spiritual ones, or
No.
like just personal? I guess those are
Well,
spiritual.
I think it's because I do have pretty low self-esteem. So I try to listen to positive affirmations to maybe where I don't have such low self-esteem.
Yeah.
But they don't work.
Why do you have such low self-esteem?
You know I do. I told you
I said,
million
why though?
times.
I know.
I said
I know
I
you
probably
do.
have lower self-esteem than anybody you've ever met. Why?
Yeah.
I think it's tips from childhood. But it doesn't matter. That's a story for another day. You want to go?
The story of your self-esteem?
No, I'd never tell you that story. It's just the way it is. Not
just
everybody can look in the mirror and say to themselves, I love you. And I love you just the way you are. Like you can. Not everybody's that lucky.
Well,
Some
that's
people
sad.
struggle.
That made me really sad to hear you say that.
I mean,
It really did.
there's a lot of people that can do that. And there's there's probably a lot more that can't.
True.
And it's hard.
My friend the other day said, all we have to do, we talk about the Bible all the time, me and my friend, and we study it together and everything. And we get into arguments about it sometimes, but he said, all we have to do is love each other like we love ourselves.
Mm.
And I said, that's easier said than done if you think about it, because think about yourself deeply. Do you love yourself? Do you love everything about yourself? Is there nothing you would change? You love yourself wholeheartedly. And if you don't, how can you love anybody else that why would you want to love anybody else the same way you love yourself if you don't love yourself?
I think his initial statement would be good if it was, you know, if people could actually genuinely truly love themselves. But like I said, many people struggle with that, especially in today's society. For me, it's very hard to love yourself. I don't really enjoy myself.
I feel like it's hard to love ourselves if we don't know ourselves. So we have to do a lot of self-reflecting.
What do you mean? I know myself better than anybody, and I don't love myself at all.
Most of the time we think that. I thought that. And I found out I didn't know anything about who I really was. And then all of a sudden I found out that my true self is getting rid of anything that I would be ashamed of. Anything that I'd be ashamed to share with anybody or afraid of. So...
Getting rid of it, like physically?
No. Like mentally, the error way of thinking. So we have to align our thoughts with a more positive, like uplifting instead of self-destructive way of thinking.
So you mean like if I have something in my head that I'm ashamed of, I should tell people?
No, you should change it.
Oh, you mean something that I do and then I feel ashamed because I do it?
How you think, or something that makes you ashamed.
Oh.
If you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm ashamed because I have wrinkles on my face, then you need to get rid of these.
Get rid of my
these
wrinkles.
Degrading.
I need to get rid of wrinkles.
No.
See how we look at it differently.
The vanity thing, you know, the outwardly person is not the truth.
I don't think that it's vanity.
Well, fear of judgment, but either from yourself
when I
or
look in the
from
mirror
others.
and I'm like, I go, man, ugh, you idiot, wrinkles. Yeah.
See, I
That's
didn't even
not
see
meaning
it.
in a vanity way. I'm meaning it as maybe I feel, especially being on YouTube, people are going to say stuff about you because they already do. They already say you need to wear makeup.
See, that's a vanity thing coming.
And
like the judgments from other people, that comes from a vain
well,
place.
I don't like to get those. That's not
Sure,
cool. It's not cool when people comment on your appearance, especially when you have low self-esteem already. It makes it worse. So when I look in the mirror, I think, you know, like, ugh, I gotta get rid of those wrinkles. Someone's gonna say something. I don't want people to say anything about it. Because, like I said, people already comment on my appearance all the time, and I don't know why they'll comment. Good and bad, but you know, it takes 10,000 good comments to erase a bad one, and it still doesn't erase it. It's always there and never leaves. So
Well, when someone judges you, and then you take it into consideration,
Mhm.
and then you go, like, say somebody says you have wrinkles, or says something about your wrinkles, or whatever, and you go look in the mirror, and you focus on what they said, and you look for what they said, then you judge yourself the same way.
well, not real. Well, like, oh, I think I've been told quite a bit that I need to wear makeup because I don't wear makeup at all. Not one. I don't even own any makeup. Now that to me doesn't bother me. Like, would I look better with makeup? Probably. But I don't want to wear it because it feels disgusting on my face. I don't care who wears makeup because everybody can do what they want to do. It's my choice not to because I don't like the way it feels. But I would probably say, yeah, I probably would look better with makeup. But that comment right there doesn't affect me.
Look better to
No way.
who
Some
and
others
how?
do.
Like, look better how and to who? What do you mean look better? Better than what?
I guess to the people saying I need to wear it, probably better if I don't know. I haven't worn makeup for so long. It would give, I don't know. I don't know what makeup does anymore.
It doesn't do anything.
I mean, I see makeup artists that make people look pretty dang good. Like, all their wrinkles gone,
Good how and to
and
who?
they can contour their face and make them look their face skinnier and make them look like they have thicker lips.
Why is that good?
Although I have a real thin lip on top. I prefer thin lips, so I would never get lip fillers.
But
I wouldn't get any of that stuff. But I'm just saying,
Why is that good? Because society
is messed
puts
up.
that on
Everybody's
a pedestal.
minds.
But I mean, it puts it on a pedestal. That's what makes it good.
I don't know why it's like that. I don't know.
I mean, what makes you think that's good?
What?
just like even in the description that you're given, you know, like it would make me look better, you know, like makeup artists can make you be skinnier and have fuller lips and stuff. I mean, why is that even
Well,
an
I
important
mean, I
thing?
think if I looked in the mirror, and thought that, and I had a makeup artist put makeup on me, and I looked in the mirror, and I thought that, you know, they made me not have wrinkles, and maybe they made my face look skinnier, and my eyes, you know, prettier. Maybe I would think that I looked.
I don't think anybody
Maybe
can
I
do
would
that.
think I would look better to myself. Maybe that would give me a little more confidence.
But better how? Where do you build this
Inner,
perception of judgment?
it's my own judgment on my own self. I'm judging myself
Based on what though?
based on what I think I look like now versus what I'm picturing in my head what I would look like with makeup. Probably better. But like I said, those makeup comments don't affect me because I don't like makeup.
That is silly.
What's silly? You're silly.
To me, makeup. If you wore makeup,
Hmm.
it seemed like it would just be like a lie. You'd be lying to yourself. You'd be looking in the mirror expecting.
I don't think there's anything wrong with people wearing makeup.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying
It's not a lie.
personally, like if you know, because she never wears makeup. So
Hmm.
if you started wearing makeup to cover up what you perceived as like faults in yourself,
Yeah.
you're covering it up. Kind
Not
of like
really.
you're ashamed
Yeah,
of it.
no,
and you don't want to show people your true self.
I don't think.
This is how we don't
that's-
know ourselves.
No, makeup's just something that women like to wear to make themselves feel better. Or maybe,
To feel better.
I don't
how?
really know. I think women choose to wear makeup for their own reasons. There's nothing wrong with it.
I didn't say there's anything wrong.
And
But it seems like that would be a way that we'd want to hide something. Because, I mean, men do the same thing. You know, I'm not just talking about women, but like anybody. Myself included, if you're judge yourself or whatever, you want to try to hide it.
I do not share that viewpoint that he's
And-
saying right now.
And then it seems like we don't know our true
Georgie.
selves or don't want to accept our true selves because we try to hide from certain things.
Yeah. So, just so you know, that viewpoint
I'm not
that
judging
he has
anybody.
on
I'm just-
makeup and whatnot, I don't share that. I think if
No,
women
self-esteem.
want,
I'm talking about loving yourself and not about makeup
I don't think
or anything like that.
some
Personally.
people will go their whole lives and never have the capability of loving themselves.
And that's sad.
I mean,
Because we have to know ourselves.
no. Sometimes things happen to people in their lives, and sometimes they build trauma responses to certain things. And sometimes never being able to love who you are is one of them. Never being able to like the person that you became, even though you're not a bad person, you
Well,
still don't like yourself
if,
or
every,
things that you can't overcome.
if everybody could learn to love themselves truly, then the people who have a hard time with that could be uplifted by the people who understand what it takes to feel that way.
And again, it's sad that we live in a society that there's so many people
That feel that way.
who like to bring others down. Some because they're hurting, but a lot because they just get their
They have a hardened
jollies that
heart.
way.
A hardened heart can't sleep unless they cause somebody to fall or to tell stories or lies about people. Sow discord. I know it's sad that it's like that. If, like I said, if there was more love, if people understood themselves and could love themselves, they could love each other, and the people
I want
wouldn't
to
feel
live
that
in
way.
your world, Eric.
I mean, from the beginning, if we would have focused on that, the important things, then the world wouldn't be like that right now. But it is.
You're living in an imaginary world.
It's not imaginary. Look, if you watch a movie, you have a projector, right? You go to a movie theater, it projects a movie on the screen.
All right, Georgie, we're
We see
coming.
we see the movie on the outside.
Yeah.
We could change the screen, we could change the wall, everything still projects the same movie. So we could change our surroundings and everything and still have the same life because our perception's still the same. The movie's inside. You see what I'm saying?
I see that you
We have
live
to change the
in
inside.
a world that everybody should live in. But unfortunately, not many people get to.
We have to be able to understand
Most
the
people
script.
live in a world like I do.
What movie? What kind of movie are you living? You know, like
I live-
what's the script that you are running
Me?
in your life? Like the movie of Crystal.
You mean if I had to title my life as a movie?
Yeah, in the script. What script
oh,
do you have?
it would be
Is it cohesive and coherent? Chaotic?
a chaotic, depressive
Drama?
horror flick. All right,
Horror flick.
we're gonna go on that note. We've been talking for way too long.
Well,
Hey, we'll try to
50
be on
minutes.
tomorrow. Today's the 10/11. All right, we'll try to be on tomorrow. But like I said, I do gotta get a lot of stuff done on the other channel. I got some contract I have to fulfill.
On the crochet channel, I apparently know nothing about.
It's secret.
I know.
He used to be on it.
That's
yeah.
embarrassing. Cut that out of here. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Dave
You do
Coulier.
it. I can't do it.
What, you did it?
Cut. I don't know what he does after that.
Did you say cut? Wait, cut it out.
Yeah. All right, we gotta go. Georgie's at the door. Want to come in
Peace,
here.
love, and understanding.
Bye, guys.